sip wine, wine, wine. Kick my feet up when I get tired. And as I recline, take another sip, let my thoughts unwind, wine. Sipping and spilling it. Sipping and spilling the tea. Sipping and spilling it.
What is poppin', everyone?
What's poppin'?
How you niggas doing?
Niggas is doing. You know, we've been out here living, trying to vibe, catch a vibe, be the vibe. You know, I don't know. We just, you feel me? We're just here.
Speaking of here, let's get into motherfucking story time. I felt this in my spirit today because I was out, you know, getting the wine for us today. You know, I was not in a Walmart. I was in a Randall's, you know. Okay. Getting the wine, walking out, I saw this man trying to talk to me. I'm just like, okay, like I ignored him at first, and he kept being persistent. So I was like, you know, I'm good. Like I'm not really interested, because I'm trying to go. I'm trying to get here because I got shit to do. This man proceeds to, after checkout, follow me to the parking lot and follow me to the car. Like, hey, I'm trying to talk to you. I was like, I know, but I gotta go. Like, I'm not trying to talk to you right now. Follows me almost up to my car. So I turn around and be like, hey, like, you know, I'm not interested. Like, leave me alone.
Yeah.
And then I get in my car and I zoom the fuck out. So I'm just saying this to say this. P.S. motherfucking A, niggas. If a woman is not interested, just let her go. Like, you know when a woman wants to get talked to and when a woman doesn't want to get talked to. If you see us in the grocery store walking fast, you know, because when we mugging, like any of these things is your cue to be like, we don't want to talk. We're not interested at the time. Mm-hmm. You know, there's no reason to like be persistent. But I when I think about it, I feel like men don't respect women's time. Because even when I'm telling him I'm busy, I guess I'm going to go, he doesn't care about that. It's still like, but I want to talk to you though. Mm-hmm. Like the fact that you want to talk to me means I got to talk to you because you want to talk to me. So what I want don't matter.
Usually.
As long as you want to talk to me, right?
Of course. I feel like, but we always got to put in the scope of things. Men think they look better than what they do. So they assume just because they're interested in you, that you're interested in them. Like, you see me, I'm a man. I got a dick. Huh. Right. Like, that's really what happens. Like, they never take into account that they might be ugly.
Men don't ever think they're ugly.
Hold on, real quick. John, do y'all know if y'all ugly or not? I just need to know because you remember there is someone specifically that think that they're cute and they're not, and they talk like, I was like, sir, do you know what league you're in? You probably wouldn't even be in the dugout. Like, baby, you would have to get like tickets a whole year in advance to get to where you think you're at. And you're not there.
You're not there.
So I just feel like maybe men should just be humbled a little bit. Just think that you are.
And we're other bitches to humble you.
And will. So just think that you're like 3 steps uglier than what you think you are. Because chances are it is true.
Yeah.
We will talk to ugly niggas, but you need to know you're ugly.
You're really like a 4.5.
On a good day.
On a good day. Like, let's be fucking real. Women settle when it comes to looks a lot of the time.
All the time. No. All the time. No, I'm being dead ass.
Let's be real.
Okay, for example, I know this one girl, fine as hell. She was a bottle girl for years in Houston. And now she's dating this really, really, really popular NFL player. And I'm like, girl, you know you look better than him.
Yeah.
Like, this man looked like Groot. Like, I'm Groot. That's what he looked like. And this bitch looked like a fucking Barbie doll. And she's always been sought after. So I'm like, now you just found a nigga with money that's ugly, you just settle down.
Well, you know, we would choose money over looks almost every time. Let's
do you feel that way?
Real.
Would you do that?
No.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, I have to be attracted. Like,
but just because your nigga a little ugly don't mean you not attracted to him.
Yeah, because we like a little bit, like we like medium ugly niggas.
I mean, don't get me wrong, because I mean, whoever I think is sexy, you might think otherwise.
That's what me and Sammy said. Sammy was like, we don't have the same taste at all. And when Sammy said that, she sounds like she's so disgusted. She was like, I would never. Yeah. I remember one time I talked to someone that was very attractive but was short, and she was like, good for you. I'm like, bitch. I said, do you not know this man as a dick?
But wait. Aside from everything else, is it something wrong with the man having confidence in himself?
Yes.
I think it is when when it does what it's doing now. This man has so much confidence in himself.
I get that.
He wants to follow you.
That he wants to follow me to my car.
And that's happened to me before as well. I had a man. I looked at him dead in the face, looked away, and he proceeded to do all his creepy shit.
Yeah.
And then it didn't just stop at that one spot because we happened to see each other at the next spot. And he was like, I was only trying to talk to you. That's why I put my flashlight in your car.
What? That's scary. You are scaring the hoes. Okay. Like,
I'm a scary hoe.
When I think I burnt the fuck off because this shit is scary to us. And I know most of us, y'all don't mean harm by it. Like, you're not trying to harm us. But as a woman in this world, we have to act like every man's a potential rapist. Even if you're not, we got to act like y'all are. Because the minute we get raped, we'll be like, why aren't you protecting yourself? What happened? How'd you get raped?
Why didn't you have any pepper spray? Why did you walk by yourself?
It's always our fault. So, unfortunately for y'all, we got to act like y'all might rape us, even if that's not your attention. So that just goes to say, please, when you see a woman outside minding her business, walking down the street, and she don't look like she want to talk, leave her the fuck alone.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I think that's my experience. Like, because I don't have this problem.
Really? Because you don't go out.
I mean, I have.
That's the problem. You don't go out.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Do not try to throw me under the bus, honey. Because when I am out, I do feel like I have this resting bitch face.
And
where people are intimidated.
Yeah.
I wish that I had that. I feel that I have that, but clearly we don't.
Going out looking mean as fuck.
Really though, I really be having like shit on the side of my mouth. I tell you, look like Travis Scott when I'm walking around.
I would mean as fuck. I don't want y'all to approach me because when I'm in a setting where I want y'all to approach me, I'm gonna let it be known.
And will, you know, like, but
you ain't gotta question it.
It's not the time or the place for you to be following us. But if you did want to follow bitches, guess what? The girls are back at it again.
The girls are back at it again. Another messy ass episode of Sip and Spill, when we create conversations. Oh wow,
sipping wine.
I go by the Mythug motherfucking Sammy,
and I'm ambitious. Don't be tardy for the party. Whoa, Teray.
All right. If you haven't already, which I don't know why the fuck you haven't, because it's season 4.
Yeah.
Follow us on all social network at The Real Sip and Spill. It's up.
Twitter,
which is
Sip and Spill 1. You want a 5-star rating because we're some 5-star bitches.
Follow our YouTube, our Twitter, our Sip and Review. When you send us, we review it. Our TikToks, our Facebook, our merch.
At the Real Sip and Spill shop. Mm-hmm. Just follow our life. We're fun people. And follow
our personal pages, I guess.
And when you're doing
don't DM us y'all problems, because I hate when y'all do that.
Anywho, you can do it for me. I'm going to read them. I'm not going to respond.
Not on my personal page. DM the podcast page.
But anyways, while you're doing all that, can you please veer off and can you please follow my good sis? Introduce yourself.
Bree.
Okay. Tell them your social media platforms. Tell them about you. Give them a little X, Y, and Z. We need it all. We need the goodies.
Okay. So my personal page is Ani.thehost. I also have a podcast, which is Girl Who You Telling Podcast.
Ooh, I love the name.
Girl Who You Telling.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just.
What do you do? Come on, plug that you a waxer.
I'm a fun girl. I'm an esthetician.
We love
licensed, certified.
Okay, that's something y'all need to know about.
Studio called Sarah Lux. So
okay, spell them all out for these motherfuckers because they don't.
So for Sarah Lux is CROLUXE. And Girl Who You Telling is girl with 3 L's and Who You Telling.
Okay. I love that for you.
With the N?
With the N, no G.
No G. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. We love that. Girl Who You Telling. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because I be hearing people's business. I'm like, bitch, who you telling?
Mm-hmm. I like it.
So let's get into an icebreaker. Where this is where we let the audience get to know you a little bit better because they know us. I hope y'all know us. Let's hope.
Let's hope.
So we have, it's called Word Association, and we got it from Elle Magazine. Elle Magazine. Okay. So what we're going to do is give you a word, and you're going to sing or rap a song that is associated with it, not one that you made up in your head when it's already out. We have to make that very
because one thing is started rapping on.
I got to bring out my singing voice.
Rap or sing.
You can do a little karaoke singing voice.
So I'm going to say yes. Rap or sing a song that's associated with that word.
Do not get on me if I suck. Okay,
it's okay. So today we did it all around, women empowerment, X, Y, and Z, X, Y, and Z. And the first word is
girls.
Who
or
won
girl?
Who run the world?
Girls. I like that one. I was going to say, yeah, that's perfect. So the second one is woman.
I'm sorry.
I don't know the Jeopardy song anymore. I'm sorry. I forgot it.
Did you really?
I don't know, y'all.
Girl, she is not. I'm every woman. It's all in
not
me.
thinking about Whitney.
And then I was.
Let me be a woman.
Oh, facts. And then I was thinking, I got a woman way over town.
Okay, last but not motherfucking least.
Power.
Y'all suck.
So the song I chose was "No One Man to Have All That Power" by Kanye West.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm
not. It's not coming to me today.
Well, that's okay. So let's get into some wine facts.
So we get into some motherfucking tea time.
Tea time.
So I don't got the wine facts because I got this today. And as you know, I was running out the fucking Randall's building to get this wine. So I had to...
Fighting for her life.
Right.
So I don't got the wine facts. But it is a French wine because I like the French people. I'm connected to France adjacent in a way.
How?
Well, two of my older siblings were born in France. My parents lived in France for a long time.
Have you ever had sex with did you have sex with a Frenchman?
No. Just a German man. Is that close enough?
I think so.
It's the same continent, Europe.
I think so.
So
I mean, white is white. We probably fucking French men right now, not even knowing it.
I agree.
How are we fucking a French man right now and not even know?
Because it's so far removed. What? I'm saying it's so far removed because it's so it might be in someone's. Because you have French in your family, right?
No.
You said your grandma's mom
is white. I didn't say they were French.
French, England, aren't they all in the same fucking continent?
I mean, yeah, but...
So it's so far removed, how will we know? How will we know?
Wait, I don't think...
How will we know?
No, it's not. Britain is not in
How
Europe.
will we know? Yes.
Well, shit. It's the same continent.
Well, shit.
Well, shit. I don't know how connected I am, but I don't connect to that little white person at all.
Okay.
You don't?
Huh?
You don't?
I don't. It's so far removed.
That's what I'm saying. It's so far removed. But then you got to also think about people that are Creole have some French in them because of that. So the man you might be fucking might physically, what is it? Physiologically? Is that what is it? Phenotypes show he's black. But if you go back, he's a Frenchman. Bitch, you wanted me to be wrong.
It's down the line.
So it might be black, but it was French.
Look how she fights to be right. She just made a
She had to make
it work
10 toes down.
What? Okay. I guess I do have connection to French now.
Okay. So
it's called Bougilas Villages. It is a 2020 red blend. It has 13.5% alcohol in it. And it says there are 38 villages entitled to the name of Bougilas Villages. This is a wine and tender, wonderful fruity with aromas of fresh grapes, and when served with chilled, complements with lighter foods. So I guess we're not serving it with chilling. So it's going to be compliments of this pussy.
Why do you always pour your glass first? I feel like that's very unhostful of you.
Well,
it's
closest.
It's the closest.
That's really why I do it. It's the closest. And as I go further, it gets lighter.
Can you please twist it like we learned at restaurants? Because you got to just not twist it. Yeah, thank you. You just got to free pouring.
So that's motherfucking wine facts, y'all. So at the end of the day, we're gonna drink some French bitches. Let's get some motherfucking tea time.
Are we not gonna try the wine? This is so crazy.
Yeah.
Do not ruin the vibe. We're trying to take it all in. Cheers.
It smells interesting.
Does it? It smells like communion wine.
Don't you try to diss my wine, bitch.
Oh. This don't taste like a red blend. Red blends are usually on the sweeter side.
Oh no, that definitely tastes like a bitter red. But yeah, I like sweet reds.
Maybe because it's from France.
You like a good French dick? That's what you said.
When did I say that? When did I say
I put that in your mouth. It's okay.
You told me.
So, let's get into some tea time. Tea time.
Let's talk about Dirk in India. Remember when Dirk was asked what was his favorite thing about India, what he loved most about her, and he said,
"This is our body count."
He said she got a low body count, which she probably lied. Let's be real, bitch.
Right.
How you don't know my body count? You ain't don't know.
Like we said, take
what they say. The number is always
times 3. So like we say, take 3 points away from y'all. Multiply ours by 3. If I ever tell you 4, just know maybe 12.
Bitch,
This 12. Because guess what? I still don't give a fuck.
Now I can't multiply mine.
Oh shit!
You said you can't multiply yours?
No.
Why?
Because I'm not in the single digits.
I'm not either.
I feel like
I
not grown as age.
Oh, you're not in the double digits?
No.
Oh shit! I've been in the double digits since I was a double digit. The fuck?
We are grown.
I've been. I've been in the double digits and double digits. Yeah. Don't ask me. We gonna get our feelings hurt because you gonna think I'm a hoe. And is.
So they're in India.
Apparently broke up.
Apparently they
did. That's what we heard.
See,
have you not been on the news, bitch?
No, I don't keep up with this shit.
The coverage been covering.
The word
the shade room
on the street is that he had a baby on her, but there's no proof this happened. I don't know if that's true or not. That's
that nigga has 7 kids. Do you think that it's so far removed that he might have a child on you? He had what?
Oh, it's not far removed.
He had like what, 5 kids before her because they only had 1 child together.
Yeah,
that nigga been had kids.
Yeah. So,
wow.
I mean, I don't put it past him. The possibility of him having a baby on her is very likely.
You know what's so crazy?
He sat there and did all that about her body count.
But you know the worst thing about we said the only thing that men were born with is their name and audacity. So you know what? It does not surprise me. It does not, because he probably doesn't think anything's wrong. Because there's gonna be men they're gonna listen to this.
He don't think anything's wrong because when he said something about that pussy's still mine, death row, bitch.
What?
That's what he told her. The pussy's still his. Death row, bitch. But welcome to death row.
That's crazy. You know, but there's some men that are going to listen to this and say, you know what? Men are here to procreate. Let them procreate. That's what someone's going to say that. There's going to be a man out there. There's going to be a man. And we're going to listen. And then we're going to block you.
Yeah. But apparently they broke up, and you know what? It does just goes to show a nigga can, talk about you, post you. He's promoted her cosmetics. He's put her in music videos. Yeah. He openly shows off his girl. Yeah. Buys her crazy extravagant gifts.
Did he propose on stage?
He proposed. And maybe those are, but the thing is, we always say no one is a better gift giver than a cheating ass nigga.
Remember Offset?
Yeah.
Offset set that bitch off.
He bought her a house in the Dominican Republic,
bitch,
so she can make some money off that bitch.
Please cheat on me. I will love to reap the benefits of that.
Only when he's a rich nigga. We can't have these regular niggas.
I know these regular niggas can't give a shit. But
I need regular niggas to know y'all cannot perform like rich niggas. Like y'all can't. Cheating is a rich nigga sport.
And is
having multiple women is a rich nigga sport. So if you have regular money, please don't perform. But anyways, but I feel like that nigga was doing all that because he was cheating the whole time. It has to be. He was doing a lot.
He was, but can we not say it was love?
India,
but can we not say it was love? Was there no love in that?
I'm sure there was love in that.
Yeah, that's why I told y'all if I post my nigga, y'all gonna get his hand or his foot. You ain't gonna see me out here bad.
Only my close friends gonna see my nigga. The only way y'all gonna see my nigga is when we're married.
Shit, right? At this point, right? When I'm married, I'm gonna be like Issa, like wedding dress, no man. Right. Because I don't think we even seen her husband. We just saw she was getting married. We didn't even see what he looked like still to this day.
To this day. We don't know what that nigga look like.
And I love that for her. You know what? Keep that shit.
It's not our fucking business.
And it won't be. But guess what? We're going to make it our business because here on The Real Stuff and Spill, we like to spill your fucking tea. So, spilling some fucking tea, JT came to Houston and she was big fucking mad.
Big mad. I don't blame her.
Yeah, I don't. So she was out at camp.
Mm-hmm.
KAMP. You know, I'm just gonna tell you, it's y'all.
Why'd you feel the need to spell it out?
Because some niggas will say C, and I just want them to know.
That's why you felt the need. Okay.
Yeah, so if they wanted to look it up and see who got them fucked up, it was Kim with the K, not a C.
Gotcha.
But anyway, so there was a DJ there. I don't know who it was. I was looking through the what's it called, to be nosy and find out who it was. Yeah. And I feel like I saw the name, but I don't want to name the name because I love the name, so I'm not gonna say it.
Okay, just tell me later.
It'll be off camera.
Okay,
because I love you. Got your back.
No, I feel like I know who it is because I know this is one particular DJ.
Shut the fuck up.
So I think I know who it is. Is it?
Yeah. So that was who allegedly made the mistake, because there was a song that came on that I believe it was the Fuck Nigga Freeze song, and it was the remix. But I feel like originally they said that Sweetie was on it, but then she got taken off and they put the City Girls or just JT, I'm not sure. And so when the song came on, they were like some, yeah, because this is JT on it, or I think they were saying it was Sweetie, or I don't know who, I can't remember who they said was on it, but they were referring to JT, and she's like, y'all know that shit ain't me. And I feel like I understand her to get frustrated because JT has a very distinctive voice. Yeah. She don't sound like any other fucking rapper for you to try to compare her to or anything. So I can understand her frustration, and for them to probably say it after not even doing, I feel like as a DJ and or as someone in media, we have to do sometimes a better job at knowing names.
We have to do our due diligence.
We do. Yeah. And most times we don't. We're ignorant and we love it. We're like, you know what? It's okay.
Right.
But it's not okay.
It's not okay.
When it's us, it's not okay.
Okay, because when someone calls me Amy, I'm ready to fucking swing on them.
Yeah.
Like, Amy!
That was me.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all be like, because I'm like, not just you, everyone. I'm like, my name's Ami. I don't even say it with my chest. I just said it with my chest now. I'm like, my name's Ami. They're like, Amy, I'm like, Ami. So I'm telling y'all to say it with your chest, but I don't even say it with my chest because I just feel like I'm so used to it. So,
yeah.
But yeah, like we have to do better and just do, it's kind of hurtful because it makes it seem like you're one and the same. Mm-hmm. So.
And she's not.
At all.
JT is J motherfucking T.
And even Carisha. I mean, Young Miami.
You know, she hates when we call her Carisha, but I'm sorry, you Carisha to me.
Carisha,
I feel like I know you personally, especially when you start your YouTube channel, Carisha, please, because I watch every fucking episode.
Right.
Bitch,
I love Carisha, please.
You love the ghetto.
She needs to thank Santana for that.
Not even calling that she's ghetto. I'm just saying, because you watch Zeus, and anyone that watches Zeus is ghetto. And I feel like you are this close to watching Tubi. If you watch Zeus, you are this close to watching Tubi. That's all I gotta say. And I lay my plane.
I swear I'm just so damn ghetto.
Bitch, she looks, she ready to knock a few bucks. Stand the fuck up and show them. Bitch got her boots on, got some high socks. Like, look at that. She making sure there's no access to nothing. Her hair is tied up. She ain't got no hoops on. She ready for the shit. So y'all tell me if I'm wrong.
Look. But let's get into some more rhyme motherfucking shit. Ray J and Kim Kardashian.
Okay, what was that? Because I seen that he was doing a live and all that.
Is it that he was doing a live on Kim Kardashian again? Can we just get back to the point where why is his only claim to fame is Kim Kardashian and Love and Hip Hop?
That's his only claim to fame is Kim Kardashian?
And Love and Hip Hop?
He got
one wish literally sold off. He
got his tech company. He got his little scooters and his glasses, and he got little side hustles.
Side hustles don't equate to what Kim Kardashian's following does for him.
I mean, but when she came about, he was the more famous.
But these people are vultures. So she knew he was a more famous one. So she used his fame
to Reggie Bush. Because when they're not famous no more, they're gone.
They're gone. So I mean,
these bitches.
We already did but I feel like the Kardashians are who they are, and we are well aware of who the Kardashians are. So for us to act bamboozled or surprised at the fact that the sex tape was actually planned, that the sex tape was actually, they reshot some scenes to make it look better, that there was a contract that was signed.
That was
how you redo scenes that already sucked.
Did you watch the sex tape?
Yes.
I know.
It looked blurry, it looked weird. I feel like, and I watched Mimi's sex tape, and I'm just like, all these.
Mimi's sex tape was very fake.
It just.
Why was she holding on to that little? Remember when she was walking around going to club experiences with that little pole thing?
With the shower.
How embarrassing! Like, you really down that bad that you're making club appearances with a pole?
Once again, the only thing you're known for is a sex tape and love and hip hop. That's one and the same. Both of them.
He will forever be known as Brandy.
He gonna be forever be known as Dorian. Okay, Dorian. Okay, but you know what? He also known for pushing his girlfriend in the pool. How the fuck you push your girlfriend in the pool? Like, that's fucked up. And when he called up the Breakfast Club ready to fight, like, that nigga's done so much. What's about Ray J? That nigga's done some shit. Like, he's done some shit. But yeah, so
the reason we're speaking about this is because we're talking about accountability.
Yeah.
Like, can we all address the fact that every time that it has something to do with anyone, it's both parties. It takes them both to be accountable. Yeah. And I feel like...
Why did it take 20 years for you to finally... Because we were all looked at Drake as a villain. Yeah. Like, he took the shit out. He was the one that exposed her and did the shit.
And that's what I was going to get to.
And he allowed himself to be a villain for many years. So I'm thinking he was paid really well for this.
Oh, of course. And now the money's running dry.
Now the money's running dry. He's exposing the truth. He's showing signatures. He's showing how it was signed, what was said. I'm like, you're trying to get some more money.
What started it all is my question.
I don't know, but I feel like... In my opinion, I think it's because the Kardashians don't take accountability for anything around them that happens that is not in a favorable light. Yeah. Even like when it came to like the whole
they just sue you.
Yeah, like Taylor. No, even like the Taylor Swift and the Kanye West thing. Like when it came to like the whole thing coming down, Kim was like, "Well, he was on the phone with her. Like she wants to make sure that everyone around her is like
always seen in a good light,
always seen in that light. But when it comes to them, it's like." Chris shuts that shit down.
Yeah.
She got more than enough money to shut that shit down. That bitch look like she's like 24 and that bitch is like 80.
Did you see that picture I sent you? I said, who is this bitch? Who is this person?
That's Chloe's mother. That's not the rest of them. That's Chloe's mother.
Who is this bitch?
Bitch got money, so that's why she look like that and got enough filters.
Okay.
They got filters we ain't got access to.
They got filters we don't got money to get to. So let's talk about some motherfucking accountability.
So that's the biggest topic of conversation.
It is. Accountability is a factor or conditions of being accountable and responsible. So there are 3 cores of accountability, and those are...
And there are 3 core values when it comes to accountability. There is building self-awareness to be accountable for your own actions. The second one is encourage empathy. At its core, accountability is a practice between at least 2 people. Because I mean, to be empathetic, you have to care about something.
Period.
And the third one is it fosters a culture of collaboration. When everyone in a relationship agrees to be accountable, establish a culture of collaboration because it's like you're thinking about, you know, the next move.
Yeah.
It also goes back to the 2 in 1, like to be empathetic and to have self-awareness.
Yeah.
So what does accountability look like to you?
When you can own up to the shit that you do and you can literally look yourself in the mirror and be like, no, but you did that shit and you was wrong as fuck.
Okay.
And yeah.
Okay.
So for you,
accountability looks like me. I feel like accountability looks like a grown-ass woman who is realizing like, hey, I have some traumas and I'm going to work on them and I'm going to be able to be a better person working on these traumas. Like, I know this is something about myself that I have to work on. And like, hey, let's do this better. Accountability is saying, hey, you're going to, you know, run 10 laps a day and run 10 laps. Accountability is saying you're going to make sure you're writing your journal every day and actually writing your fucking journal every day. Because how many times have we said, oh, we're going to start journaling. Oh, we're going to start working out. Oh, we're going to start eating healthier. And we do it kind of half-ass and we don't really do it all the way. So all that is, I think, what accountability looks like.
I feel like I'm not going to beat a dead horse. I mean, the accountability is self-reflection and understanding that when you say something, hold yourself to it. And that's really what it is. We don't have to make it seem a lot longer than what it is. Accountability is just showing up for yourself.
We already said it.
I know, but I just feel like another way of saying it is just showing up for yourself. Because I feel like the only way to be accountable is that you're checking in on things that you said that you were going to do.
Right. And just being responsible.
Oh, that's of course. So what does accountability across different types of relationships look like?
So like accountability in the workplace is just showing up and setting up out to accomplish the things that you said you're going to do. Like, especially, honestly, accountability in the workplace, especially when you work from home, is actually doing the fucking job. Like, it's sometimes hard to do. I have my 3-day work from home job.
Very much 3 days.
Very much 3 days, bitch. I got fired with the quickness. And I wasn't accountable because a bitch kept going on vacation. And honestly, when I was doing my work from home job, I wasn't on top of yourself. I was bullshitting. I was eating. I was having a good time. I wasn't trying to book appointments. I was just like, yeah.
Work from home alone does not go in the same sense as accountability. It should.
It can if you are accountable. Yeah. But I wasn't.
If you making enough money, you wasn't making enough money for you to be accountable at home.
I was not.
I get paid enough to go to sleep while the meeting is going.
I'll be taking naps. I'll be clocking out in the middle of it. Just going to bitch, I was not.
That'll probably be me if
that's what it would be if I actually had to do school from home. That's what I feel like. That's why going to school had to be there physically. I feel like for me, when it comes to work on your feedback skills. I feel like so many times it's either you're one or the other when it comes to accountability at work. You feel like you're everyone's boss, even though you're not. Or you don't want to say shit because you're like, well, we're all making the same amount of money, so why am I saying anything? So I feel like you should work on your feedback skills when it comes to work so you can articulate to your counterparts that, hey, baby, we can do this better together. But most times it comes off wrong because we're like, bitch, we get paid the same amount of money. Why the fuck you trying to tell me some shit? So we just got to work on how we speak to each other when it comes to work. So how you feel about work?
Accountability in the workplace for me, like if I'm talking about in the office setting with other people, this is not a daycare center.
We're not babysitting you.
Nobody is here to tell you what you need to be doing. You know what you're here to do. You here for 8 hours, do what you need to do, and then get up out. Now, for me as an entrepreneur, having my own,
that's what I want to hear about. Yeah. How is it for you personally?
Me personally, my accountability is being there and making sure that I present.
So showing up to your appointments.
Yeah, on time.
On time.
Having
y'all be on time.
Because I've heard about these people out here
taking your deposit to run.
With the hair.
Take your deposit and run.
That's crazy to me.
The thing is, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, my the lady who was supposed to do my hair today, she wasn't trying to cancel on me, but she pushed me back like 1 hour and she was talking about, she's like, because I'm drunk. So I said, girl, take a BC powder. Let's go. Let's do it. I said, I got stuff to do.
Why are you allowed to do that? But I'm not allowed to do that. Right. I'm losing my deposit.
Yeah, that doesn't. And if I'm being completely honest, I feel like that deposit shit is like, what? Like, who does that? But
it holds people accountable because people are going to go more if they have money behind it.
Yeah, I don't mind the deposit because I want to
secure it. I want to secure that. That's my spot.
I don't mind the deposit, but I also feel like if you're late, do something.
Yeah,
you don't got to give me like. Give me 10% off.
Give me 5%. Yeah,
something small.
Because that's why I'm a tip either way.
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in being late or showing up the same time you showing up. I need to be there and prepared and ready for when you walk in the door.
And I feel that. I do feel that. So I respect that. I love that. So for relationships, what does accountability look like for you?
So relationships is accountability in a relationship is a practice of claiming responsibility for your actions and how it affects others. So even though we're going to get into it later about, if attention is whatever we're saying. But I really feel like when you're in a relationship with someone, what you do affects the person you're in a relationship with.
Yes.
So accountability is realizing like you can't do certain shit when you're in a relationship because whether or not your intentions are like to hurt that person, it might and will.
Right.
So you got to make sure like, hey, let's make sure I'm doing the right shit in my relationship so I'm not hurting the person I'm with. If you tell your significant other you're going to call them, do that extra mile and just call them. Don't like, oh shit, I fell asleep. And like shit happens, life happens. But also communicate like, hey, whatever, like, it's those little steps you should take in a relationship to hold yourself accountable so y'all can have a successful one.
So for me, when it comes to a relationship, I think the best way to hold yourself accountable is doing check-ins. Like, I feel like the nigga that I talk to, like we do like weekly check-ins. I'm like, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? What can I work on? And I feel
weekly check-ins? Oh, that's cute.
I feel like it's essential because I've been through too many fucking niggas. Okay. So I'm like, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? And what can I work on? Because I feel like so many times we get in a relationship and we get very comfortable. We get very much like, oh, I did all this shit to get here. And now now I'm here. So I feel like when we do weekly check-ins, it's like, what can I do better to love you in the way you want to be loved? And I feel like that shows accountability.
Every week though?
Every week. Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, no, because I feel like if it's important.
Do you think that's sustainable?
Yes and no. Okay. I feel like sustainable now because we're in the early stages. It matters more to build a foundation, but long term, it might be monthly. Yeah. It might be like, you know, only on anniversaries or like, you know, but I feel like it's important right now. So I want it to be important later. But if it's not important later and we have a foundation, I'm not going to take it personally. Okay. But I think telling you, I'm like, you didn't tell me good night last night. And I like you telling me good night. Yeah. It might be little. But when you are in the dating stage, you tell them how you're going to, like,
how you want to be loved.
Yeah. But when you put up with while you're talking is what you're going to get when you're dating. Yeah. So if you allow certain shit to slide without saying anything, because most people don't do check-ins, they're just like vibes on vibes on vibes. So I'm like, no, I love that we have that area and safe space of just like, no, you did this wrong. You did this right. You can work on this. And I love that. So for relationships, what do you feel?
For relationships with me, I just feel like when you have two people coexisting, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what everybody else is doing. It's all about what you two feel like you need to do to create the atmosphere and relationship that you want. So basically, if I'm encompassing everything that both of you said already, and just making sure you're on the same page with your partner and creating what you both want out of the relationship, and just making sure reciprocity is there.
We love a good reposado. We love a good reposado.
We love a good reposado. Let's just say that. We love a good reposado.
No, you know, they be in the club like reposado.
Reposado. So how does accountability look in friendships? Oh, accountability in friendships, I feel like that's kind of tricky because you want to hold your friends accountable, but you don't want to risk a break in that friendship. Like there's sometimes where like, for example, like I'm gonna give you as an example. Like I felt like I could have held you more accountable for the Spartan race because you said you wanted to do it, but you never did it. So it's just like, I feel like that's holding your friend accountable. That's accountability in friendship. I was like, hey, remember when you want to do the Spartan race? What are you doing to get there? So
my hands up. Can I talk in class, y'all? Yeah. So me starting the Spartan race sparked me getting a personal trainer. So I feel like even though I didn't do the Spartan race, I did still got back with my trainer so I can be more in shape and be more. So I did not do the Spartan race, y'all. 2 years later, still haven't done that shit. But the accountability is accountability. So I see that and I note that, but I'm not in shape enough to do a Spartan race. Y'all see what them niggas be doing? Like, that shit's hard. And I wanted you to do it with me. And you were like, no. So I feel like...
No, remember at the end, I was like, yeah, you told me you wanted
You said you would come with me.
I'll come with you, but I won't do it with you.
Exactly. And I feel like...
Because I don't want to do a Spartan race.
But I feel like when I'm attached to someone else, it makes me want to do... Like, when I said when it comes to, like, even our podcast, I'm like, sometimes I don't want to do, I do. Because I'm like, damn, somebody else is counting on me. So if we both say we're going to do the Spartan race, I'm like, damn, I got to make sure my stamina is up. Because I know Sammy can be in the gym for an hour. So for me, I need sometimes my accountability to be attached to someone. And it's sad, but it's true. So for me, when it comes to accountability and friendships, I feel like you should be able to correct your friends. Girl, Carisha, please.
That sounds so tall.
You should be able to correct your friends without it feeling...
Definitely.
Without it feeling...
like an attack.
An attack. And I feel like that's something I've always struggled with because I feel that sometimes I do struggle with
your delivery.
No, my criticism. When someone criticizes me, because I don't ever feel like I maybe do speak kind of harsh, and Sammy says that, and she's like, so when you say it, it's this, but when I say to you is defensiveness, and I'm like, it's literally nothing to do with you. It's everything of how I take it. So it's like but because I know that though, it's like I try to like reprogram my mind, but sometimes it's hard. So sometimes with me, it is very hard for me to take criticism, but it's not coming from what they're saying to me. It's because I know I can do better, but sometimes I just don't.
But you know, with that, it can easily be maneuvered by saying, well, what do you mean by that?
No, and honestly, the thing is we've went strides because sometimes Sammy would just say shit to me. And I'm like, girl, I'm a flower. She's like, but when you say, you don't say like a flower. And I'm like, you know what? let me change how I say this so you can change how you say it so I can receive it differently. So I feel like I have to just, what I'm saying, you have to be able to correct your friends. But I feel like however you do it is how they're going to receive it because...
You have to correct your friends with love.
You have to. You have to. Because at first you didn't feel that way. And I love that you feel that way now. Because I'm like, you're like, business is business. I said, baby, but I love you. So
yeah, I've learned that.
Correct me with hard eyes.
Yeah.
See, I feel like with me and my friendships, what we practice is a thing like, okay, friends, so I'm gonna tell you something.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like
do.
that.
But that's correcting your friends with love.
Yeah.
Because remember when we were talking about that one thing, we're like, tone. If someone's like saying something too loud, like they're like tone.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as far as like accountability in friendships for me, I have definitely come a long way, baby, because she was passive aggressive Patty.
Okay.
I can feel that. I feel that.
It was a mess, but now I'm getting more comfortable in asserting myself and letting people know like what I feel about something because I'm the type of person where I can notice something, but it doesn't necessarily bother me right away.
That's the same for me.
It's not until it becomes
continuous. That's the same for me. When it comes to certain things, I don't feel like I have to always speak on.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think about it. Yeah. But I'm like,
because everything does not have to be a conversation all the time. Because then at that point, it gets annoying. Like, it's annoying. And it's like,
and that's me.
Bitch, why you always got something to say?
That's how I feel. I'm like, you can note it. And if it keeps happening, say something. But not every single time it should be like a conversation. Because I'm like, it's like, damn, bitch, why you beating me down? Yeah. Life's already hard.
Yeah, that's definitely me. But I do get more comfortable now in asserting myself and letting people know how I feel, because I was that person where it would be that repetitive thing and it's like, oh, okay, well, I'm just head out. And I don't say nothing, and then it's just like, bitch, what's going on?
Facts. Like,
oh no, we good. And
it's not good.
I wouldn't say that. It's like, well, I feel like da 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 da, and it's like, okay, well, let me tell you where you had me fucked up at.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, that it was not healthy.
I feel you, because that's literally some shit I would do. So I feel you.
But I can't do that no more.
So my question is, well, we have a question because I wanted to frame it different, but she says, do you think that accountability changes with the relationship, like coworker relationship or friendship? Do you feel like accountability changes with a level? I say levels. She says relationships. So how do we want to phrase that? I'm so sorry.
Just do it both. Levels of relationships. I say relationships.
I feel like it does in a way. Like at the end of the day, like it's the same thing across the board. It's all about reciprocity, responsibility, and just being able to call yourself out, or somebody else if that's the case. When needed, tactfully. But I do feel like with more intimate relationships, it's it can be a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because I can honestly say with a coworker, 9 times out of 10, it's not until I feel, like you're personally coming at me where I'm gonna say something. Because other than that, it's like, I'm here to get this money.
I'm going to be real honest with you. I do not hold my coworkers accountable. I don't feel like it's my place to speak or tell you anything. It's not my job to be your manager, because that's not. And I understand. But if my job was more serious, if let's say we had a job where we were trying to cure cancer.
Oh yeah.
If I was something like that, I'm going to be like, hey bitch, we're trying to do some shit. So I'm going to need you to, whatever. But as a bottle girl, I'm not trying to hold you accountable for little things. The only time I'm going to hold you accountable is making sure you're not selling no bottles in my section. Other than that,
okay, that's my money.
Okay,
other than that, then no.
I feel differently because I feel like because of the work community that I work in, we're pretty cool. Like we're not like ace boom coons, all of us, but we can say so to each other without it being like, oh, like, can you believe what Ami just said to me? Like, I feel like I work in an environment where everyone's been there since probably day one, and or like really pretty far into the early stages, that we can say shit to each other where it's not taken offensively. So it's not really much holding them accountable, but it's just like, hey, this is you. Can you take care of that? Like, it's not more like it's like, I feel like
that is holding them accountable.
I feel like it's helpful, like accountability. It's like, hey, your table stopped me. They want this, and the third. Because some people won't do that. They'll just take that for themselves. So I'm like, the work environment I work in, I feel like it's respected to have accountability for each other, because at the end of the day, there's like literally probably like the cocktail waitresses, the bartenders, there's probably like in between all of us, it's probably like 15 of us. So we see each other way too much. We all talk too much for there to be any awkward energy. So we should be able to say something to each other and just call it a fucking day. Okay. That's how I feel. I don't know if anyone else feels that way.
I feel like that environment is completely different versus like working in the office.
Yeah.
Because
I feel like it's really intimate with how many people that work there. Because every time we go to crew, it's always the same fucking people, right?
Yeah.
No matter what day.
So yeah, working in the office is definitely more different than that.
If I'm in the office, baby, I'm in my cube. I don't care about what you doing. I don't care.
And I definitely hold someone that I'm intimately with more accountable than I would hold Samantha, just because I'm like, we're not fucking. So it's like, I can't put you on that same standard because you can't get the same problems and no sex. Now, if you getting problems and sex, you don't have to let it go, baby. If you getting sex, that's going.
If you're getting problems with sex, my nigga, you gotta let it go.
It's different levels to it.
There's definitely different levels. Yeah. So what is a personal story of you having to either hold yourself or a friend accountable for their actions?
Damn, I didn't really think of a personal story.
Okay, well, you can go first.
Yeah, go first. Yeah.
Like I said, I was passive aggressive Patty. Okay. And I cut a friend of mine. I cut her off twice.
Wait, I never cut a friend off twice. Damn, what happened?
The first time, I just felt it was a thing where I just felt like she kind of had her already made friend group, and then it just kind of
like an addition.
Yeah, it just kind of felt like I was that. I actually just saw this on TikTok. A background friend.
Okay.
What is that, bitch? I don't got no TikTok.
What's a background friend?
I'm gonna say, please let me know.
A background friend is like when you're friends with somebody, but it's already kind of like a set group, and then you're kind of just added in or whatever.
I know that. Okay, for example, not to say like too harshly, but I'm saying like, for example, when you, Natalie, and Stephanie were friends, I'm the background friend because you brought me in. I'm the background friend because you already had them, so you don't give a fuck if I'm there or not. But you try to introduce me to your friends. So like, hey, I like her.
Yeah,
y'all might like her.
Yeah,
that's really what it is.
Yeah. Okay. So I just felt like she kind of already had her set group, and I don't know. I kind of just felt like I was fucking with her more than she was fucking with me.
I hate one-sided friendships. I hate them.
Just like, okay, I'm gonna just step back, and then she had approached me because we went to. Okay, so it's a mutual party in between us. Mm-hmm. So we would see each other, often or whatever. So particularly we were at this party, this little kid's party. And, I was just, going around the room. I'm the bubbly type person. So it's like, if I fuck with you, oh, hey, boo, how you doing?
You sound like me.
And then when she came in, it was just like, oh, hey. So it was just kind of like,
okay, I'm gonna say something about that because I'm the type of person that I'm gonna be like, oh hey, and it don't mean nothing. Like I love you just the same. Mm-hmm. It's just I'm just a
you're saying what I'm saying. I'll be bubbly. I'm gonna still speak, but it's like, hey,
it was definitely different from how I usually approach
to other people.
So she was definitely like, it wasn't that day. She had called me like after, and she was like,
I'm glad she ain't doing a kids party because I might have to roundhouse her.
She was like, is something wrong? And I'm like, no. And mind you, nothing was wrong. Like, there was no beef. I wasn't side-eyeing her or nothing like that. It was just kind of like, I just fell back. Yeah. So, we talked about it and she was like, no, like, that's not it at all. She was like, I fuck with you. So I'm just like, oh, I just felt like your energy was kind of off. She was like, so we both
I hate that phrase. I feel like your energy is off. I hate that energy. I hate that phrase.
So we both agreed that
that's almost like you said.
We needed to basically speak up if we were feeling something.
Facts.
In the friendship. So then a couple years down the line, it was something with a mutual party. It had nothing to do with her, but I just felt like it would get to a point where she would have to play both sides.
And he was like, I'm gonna just take myself out of the equation.
So it was just like, nah, because I don't want nobody to try to play me. So she was just like, why would you even do that? But that time, some years had actually went by before I actually reached out to her. Like, so why do you think our friendship ended?
I'm crying.
We talked about it, and
yeah. What about you?
So for me, I think that the story that I have for personal of when I had to hold myself accountable because like maybe 3 to 4 years ago, I was a horrible friend and a horrible person, and I was an unhappy person. And I had a great friend, aka Samira, which I will always say that always held me accountable for my actions. And I wasn't ready to hear the things that what I do affects other people. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready to hear that sometimes I'm a brat. Sometimes I am this. Sometimes I didn't want to hear that. And she held me accountable on every end. And I wasn't ready for that. So I ended up losing a friend. So the personal story for me is having to have self-reflection that, like, sometimes you are wrong. Yeah. Like, I know sometimes I'm wrong now, but it's like, I got some fake evidence to back it up. Like, I can go back, back to the oldest Frenchman, So I'm like, I have that, but it's like on some joking shit. But back then I couldn't even find a reference of anything of why I was right or why I thought I was right. But it was because I was so jaded that I couldn't recognize when I was a person that was a problem. And now I can always pinpoint where I did be a problem. So now when I do miss out on certain opportunities or friends, I'm like, it's not because I'm a bad person. Y'all just really don't like me. Because I honestly know my accountability is probably the most it's ever been in my entire life. Because after cutting off so many people, some people cutting me off, I'm like, okay, so when is it that I'm the problem? So when I'm sitting there and thinking about things that I've done that has been a problem, I can take accountability for that. But I'm not going to take accountability for their accountability. So it's like, I always know where I fuck up and I stop there. I'm never going to dissect any deeper than that. Because it's like every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So maybe what I did gave their reaction. So that's the only personal story I have, that because sometimes you ain't always right. Even though I act like I'm right. Yeah. I'm not. So that's my personal story.
Okay. So I guess that you kind of answered the question is, do you feel like you're accountable?
I feel like I have a good amount of accountability. It might not be in every situation because sometimes I don't feel like I'm wrong. And when I feel like I'm not wrong, I'm 10 toes down, like extremely 10 toes down. Like you can't change my mind about me being right or wrong because I know what we're going to get into later is like, if my intentions were not to be this way to you, you can't hold me accountable for how you feel if that's not what I was trying to present to you. Okay. So that's why for me, I feel like I'm accountable because I know being accountable is fucking hard.
Right. So do you feel like you're accountable? Like,
definitely yes. Because I was going to say that what I explained was the unhealed version of me.
Always. Like that's always what happens to us.
Like I'm in a space now where I practice being a better version of myself every single day.
Amen.
So
I said it all the time.
So as far as that, like
bigger, better, better, bitch.
Back to bigger, what better, you were saying, as far as the whole like when you feel like you're right. Like I just had a conversation with a friend of mine where it's like, I mean, this may sound harsh, like, but if I'm telling you I'm doing something for me, just with what was going on in that conversation. At the end of the day, I always have to do what I have to do for myself. Now, whether you perceive that the way that I'm dishing it out or you perceive it like taking it personally, like I'm attacking you or whatever, at the end of the day, that's not my responsibility to handle the way that you took that. Yeah. Especially if I'm making it clear on how I was coming at you. So I get what she was saying on that. But yes, definitely accountable today.
Yeah. I'm going to say half and half. Because I feel like I'm accountable, and then sometimes I just don't be listening. Like, and
that's real though. That is real. Yeah, I'm gonna say there's nothing, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like some things, I'm like, okay, yeah, I fucked up. But there's some things like I can say, like, oh, I can really see and dissect. Like, I'm not a person that always feels like they're right, and like don't ever do anything wrong. I can be like, oh shit, bitch, I kind of fucked up right there. But there's some times when I'm like, you tell me like, no, Sammy, you're wrong. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Right. It is what it is. It happened.
It depends on what's going on.
Hello. Okay, so the next thing is it easier to be accountable with yourself or with others?
I think it's easier to hold other people accountable than to hold yourself accountable. Because it's so easy for you to point the finger where it's like, well, you're not doing this. And then we're like, well, bitch, you don't do this either. So it's like, it's so much easier to look at someone else is doing wrong than to see what you're doing wrong yourself.
I absolutely agree with that. Because I'm like, it was like, for example, we had a group chat, our group me in our, for my job. And they were like, if you're always late, X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, well, I'm only 3 minutes late. And this girl be like 15, 20 minutes late. And then my nigga was like, but y'all both be late. He said it don't matter who be late or y'all both are late. And I'm like, you're right. I'm not holding myself accountable to that. Because when you do a comparison to someone else, you're like, it's not that bad. So it's like, it's so much easier to say, she's always this late. So I literally sat there and I was like, you know what? You're right. It doesn't matter moving forward. I said, if I can't provide what I'm talking shit about, I shouldn't even say shit at all. Because I was like, if I'm late and she late, we both late. It don't even matter if I'm 3, she's 30, or if she, like, I don't know communications that they have prior to me being late. Because sometimes when I'm late, I don't tell the niggas I'm about to be 3 minutes late. Because I'm like, it's only 3 minutes. They're not gonna notice me walking in.
Right.
Yeah. That's how we feel.
That's really how we feel. So when like you have someone that doesn't work in the field that we work in, then he's like, late is late.
Late is late.
He said, I got to be up at 8 o'clock in the morning. He said, I wake up at 8:05. I'm late compared to them white niggas.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's easier. It's always easier to say somebody else is not doing shit.
Exactly.
I can honestly say that I would have to be on the other side of the fence.
You think it's harder?
For now, like now, it's easier for me to
be accountable
hold
with yourself?
Myself accountable before I'm holding somebody else.
Because that means that you care more about yourself.
Well, no, not necessarily that. I'm just more so thinking about, okay, how is this about to go with me letting this person know?
That's a fact.
Okay.
Shit don't even fucking matter.
I don't think about that. I've been like, I'm gonna let you know.
Because at this point, we always feel like our fucking opinions hold fucking weight when they don't.
Yeah.
Right.
And I feel sometimes it depends on the person too. Because if I can say, okay, I'm about to hold this person accountable, I have to notice. Well, not notice. I have to understand exactly who I'm talking to and if they're even going to receive what I'm saying in the first place.
That's true.
That is so crazy she said that, because we're about to get into, are we accountable for others' emotions?
Yeah. So like y'all said, y'all feel like y'all not accountable for others' emotions. And I feel like people are, but only more in a intimate relationship sense. I feel like you're accountable for your friends' emotions, because I feel like I think intentions doesn't always exactly matter. It kind of matters how the person takes it.
Yeah.
So even though you didn't intend for it to come off rough or mean, and you didn't intend to hurt this person's feelings, the fact that this person's feelings is hurt and this person's telling you, hey, my feelings are hurt, you just take accountability and be like, okay, like I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. But I don't feel like you should be like, well, it don't matter if I hurt your feelings because that's not what I meant to do.
Oh yeah, I'm not doing that.
I don't like people like that. Like, even though you didn't mean to hurt my feelings, I understand that, but my feelings are still hurt.
Yeah.
So as a close, intimate partner, I feel like you are accountable for your people's feelings. But if it's just someone that you're not really intimately close with and their feelings are hurt, well, bitch, your feelings are hurt. It wasn't my fault. I wasn't trying to do that. That's how I see it.
Okay, so I always say what I say. And when I told you how I address things when you address things. And so when you fix what you say, you're like, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I love you. So if my feelings still get hurt after you say what you say, I feel like it's not your responsibility to rebuild me up from that. Because sometimes when people react to something, like I was saying earlier, it's not they're reacting to your initial statement. They're reacting to past situations that made them feel that way that they felt in that moment.
Well, if a person is saying, I don't mean to hurt your feelings, and they say something and your feelings are still hurt, I feel like they're not responsible for your feelings. But if a person says, hey, I'm saying like this, and your feelings are hurt, and you say, well, I don't care. That's not how I meant it.
Okay, but we said intentions matter. So if your intentions were not, and I said that earlier, I said, if your intention was not to hurt someone's feeling, their feeling still gets hurt. You're not responsible. And I said that, and you were like, well, I feel different. I said, no, because if I tell you, and you always say, like, I'm not, like, you're like, I love you, I X, Y, and Z, this. Yeah. I'm like, you're not responsible how I receive that information.
Okay, yeah.
I absolutely feel that way.
Yeah.
So, but if I was to tell you, even after you tell me that you're not trying to hurt my feelings, I was like, well, my feelings are still hurt. It's not your responsibility to say, Ami, I already told you.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to hurt your feelings. You're going to say, well, as the statement said before, I said, I love you. Yeah. I don't want to hurt your feelings. So if you receive it that way, it has everything to do with how you perceive things and not what I was trying to do. And I feel like intentions matter to a certain extent. But if someone is dealing with shit inside their brain that is a lot deeper than what you can even combat, it's not your responsibility, even though you love them.
Yeah.
Even though you love them.
I just feel like, as far as that, like I said, I kind of preface that like, okay, how's this about to go? Who exactly am I dealing with?
Yeah.
Right? Before I do whatever it is that I'm going to do. And then if it becomes a thing where it's like, oh, well, my feelings is hurt, I will apologize.
Oh, like, of course. Okay, I'm never above apologizing.
Yeah. Like, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings, but I still stand on what I said.
And should.
You know? And I feel like at that point, that is the other party's responsibility at
to
that
take
point,
accountable of why they feel that way.
Yes. They need to look inside themselves. Okay, why do I take offense to this? Yeah. You know? So, I mean, it goes both ways.
It does go both ways. Yeah. So let's talk about the accountability dynamic between men and women.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about it earlier that I feel like women are always held accountable for everything. If let's say we have sex and we get pregnant, we're accountable for that. Like guys go on like nothing happens. Let's say
the household is not in order.
Household is not in order. We're accountable for that. If the kids come out looking a mess, we're accountable for that. If the children have to use the restroom, we're accountable for that. Like if women, I feel like our accountability level to men is so much fucking higher. Like even back in the day when you're trying to give a guy a boy and you get a girl. It's your fault you got a girl, even though it's really not our fault.
Because we are born with all the eggs we have in our life.
Yeah. Right. So it's just like everything is blamed on women. Just like when they say, oh, Eve ate the apple. Did Eve eat the apple? Because niggas got Adam's apple. So in my head, Adam ate the apple because we don't got Adam's apple.
Or maybe Adam was doing shit that we had. We don't even know what he was doing. Adam needs to take accountability for what he was doing for that Adam's apple.
For the Adam's apple. I'm saying it's an Adam's apple.
Or could some let me
you know, women take accountability.
Take it rated off if you need to.
Everything.
Adam's apple. Come on. Whose dick was you sucking, Adam?
You think Adam was sucking dick?
I don't think that the Bible...
That's how he got the Adam's apple. You know the dick got stuck in his mouth.
The Bible is not equipped...
The dick got stuck in Adam's throat. That's where he got the Adam's apple.
What you understand is the Bible is not above homosexuality.
Who said it was?
But I'm saying they exert it like they are equipped from it, like, you know, further down the line.
Yeah.
But if you think about the Bible, sometimes they talk about how two niggas went off and they reproduced. How you reproduce? How that happen? What? You was fucking... How you get children?
I don't know about the Bible talking about two niggas going up and reproducing, but I know the siblings were fucking.
Not them.
The siblings were fucking. That's how the siblings got the kids. They got some more kids. Like if there's only two people and you have kids, the siblings were fucking.
Cain and Abel. Was Abel Abeline?
Which nigga killed the other nigga? Who was trying to kill who? Was Cain trying to kill Abel? Was Abel trying to kill Cain?
No. At the end of the day, they set the tone for white people. That's really what it was. It's a sibling rivalry.
Okay. One thing about white people, they'll kill your ass, bitch.
Still.
Don't piss a white man off.
Samantha.
That's true.
Don't piss a white woman off either.
That's their legacy.
Man, she will poison you in the kitchen while you eating breakfast with your kids.
She'll do a TikTok action.
She gonna look at you. Yeah, I killed that nigga.
White people are above accountability. They've been their entire life.
Babies.
Say that.
We are so off motherfucking topic, but I love that for us. So let's talk about men and women. Who do you think has more accountability?
I will say women.
Women, yeah.
But I do feel, honestly,
what are men accountable for? Let's list them.
Not even they fucking kids, bitch.
What are men accountable for besides providing? Let's just say besides providing. Let's be real, because we can do a list of what are men accountable for. What are men accountable for besides providing?
But what I was going to say is women are, but at the same time, we have to understand why that is, though, because correct me if I'm wrong.
I will.
If a man decides to speak up, are they being cut off or not?
No, men don't get cut off when they decide to speak up.
Sometimes
you
they do.
Don't think so?
No, I feel like
sometimes it depends. It depends on.
Oh, you mean in a relationship?
I'm saying
in a
if
relationship,
it's a man and a woman.
I'm thinking like in the workplace, like when men.
No. We're talking about like romantically. Absolutely.
9 times out of 10, if a man speaks up. And I see that I just saw it this weekend.
Yeah,
like,
you probably
always being cut off.
Y'all, let my nigga say some shit that's out of line. I'm gonna give him that look like we doing this right now in front of company.
Yeah, you'll get cut off. Yeah,
no, it's a fact. I'm gonna cut that nigga off because I'm like, we're gonna talk about this shit in private.
Well, not even necessarily just
even
that.
Even
just
in private,
as far as them saying anything wrong. I'm just saying, as far as I do not feel like men get to speak up most times because I do feel like women always think that they're right.
Are you the one that posted the person that said that men are actually more submissive than women?
Yes.
And when I watch the shit, you change my mind because they are. Like men's like, and I feel like a lot of men more than recently have been posting that men have to suffer in silence. And dating someone that says like, I have to handle so many things, but I can't say shit. Mm-hmm. He's like, you talk about your day and decompress and talk about how this stresses you out and this. He's like, I can't say shit because if I say shit, it look like I'm trying to overcloud what you saying.
Right. Yeah.
And I never thought about it that way. He's like, if you tell me you're already stressed out by your friends or your family.
Men have to be protectors, so they're gonna.
Yeah, they just suck it up.
But that is something that is internal. Like you can't take every like we said, you can't.
But do you even give him a chance to talk about his shit?
Absolutely. I ask you. If I ask you, I said, how's your day? How are you feeling? Are you stressed out? And I ask him, I said, how are you feeling in work? How are you feeling with your kids? How are you feeling with your family? If I'm giving you like things to break down separately so you don't have to talk about it in totality and you still talk about it. And literally it took up until like probably this weekend. He was like, you know what? You asked me about this and I didn't want to speak about it. But he's like, I got time today. And I said, okay, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because I'm like, I'm going to ask you separately. Because if you ask a man if they're good, they're going to always say they're good.
Mm-hmm. Always going to say they're good.
They're always going to say they're good.
They keep it short and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Struggling. We good.
We good.
But I think that goes back to the whole, in the 80s, 70s and 80s with the whole welfare and all of that. It was shutting the man out.
Yeah.
And making the woman's voice
Girl, back in the beginning of the time, niggas are not allowed to talk about their feelings and emotions, but it's not our fault. It's not our fault.
But it is our responsibility to have a safe space.
Yeah. It's our responsibility to have a space now, but it's not our fault that your parents raised you to feel like you can't talk about your emotions.
Yeah. Right, yeah.
And then when you get grown,
do the work at the end of the day.
You have to do the work. Like, even if when you know better, you do better.
Yes.
So it's like, you know better now, but they sometimes still refuse to do better. Yeah. And it's not our fault to take that burden on because you refuse to do better. Mm-hmm. So I agree what you're saying, but they also have to take accountability that they got to do better.
And the only A that they got is audacity.
Because at the end of the day, there's always two sides of the coin.
Exactly.
And the coin that women is on is always right. Okay. So let's get into what we was talking about that got us to this topic about how women are such fucking shitty friends to good humans. Friends. Yeah. But they are such good women to shitty ass men. Remember, we was having a full-blown conversation. That's like, it was like accountability. He's like, I'm gonna come on your podcast. I said, yeah, we're gonna talk about this.
Yes.
Like this. I'm like,
we had to shut up because we was like, if we talk about it, we're not going to get to
it. Yeah. That is something women are famous for. We will forgive a nigga 111 times, but let our bitch miss a dinner. Baby. Let our bitch miss a birthday dinner.
Baby.
That's so funny. We're going to get into that later. That's so crazy. We're going to get into that later.
Ooh, I have a story.
Go ahead.
Y'all want me to go ahead? Or do you want to go ahead?
Okay, let me go before you. I don't even know what your story is, so I'm going to just say, I just feel like the reason why women are so strict on other women and then not on men, because we value men's opinions and relationships more than we do with our friends. Mm-hmm. We can have friendships that are 10 plus years, meet a nigga for 1 year, and if he makes us feel good, we say, fuck that friendship, even though if that friendship took us out of the darkest place of our life. And then you got to think about it. That nigga probably gonna take you back to the darkest place of your life. So I feel like we value our relationship with men than we do with our friendships, and I don't know why. Because even my friend, me and B, like my best guy friend, he was like, why don't y'all ever tell y'all friends to be better friends? He said, y'all always be like, do this for your man, do this for your man. But he's like, y'all never tell friends to be better friends. And I'm like, I can't even remember how many times I told a friend to be a better friend than me. I just cut them off. Yeah. I don't cut a nigga off that cheated on me. Yeah. I don't cut a nigga off that fucking did some shady ass shit.
And I'm going to piggyback off what you're saying. And I feel like it's internalized misogyny. Yeah. I feel like we are so used to holding other women accountable. We hold women to a higher standard than we hold a man. Yeah. We're going to be like, a man's going to be a man. Because we know how we think. We allow shit to slide with a man that we would never allow to slide with our friendship, because we're so used to holding women at a higher standard. And I might hold your bitch at the same standard you hold your nigga. Right. Because she's a human too. Right. So it's not fair that he gets to cheat on you. He gets to lie, do all this. But your bitch say she had a nigga house or she's not a nigga house, or she can't come to the dinner or some shit. You like, oh, well, bitch, fuck you.
Nose turned up.
Nose turned the fuck up. Like, no, we already hold women such high standards.
And it's hard, to be a wife, a girlfriend, a fucking mother.
All that. Like, why do we have to? And then your friends make it even harder.
They were like, I would never do that to her. And it's like, we're comparing what we would do for our friends like we do for our nigga. But it's like, our nigga we're doing because our
nigga doing the bare minimum.
But not even that. We do it for niggas for a gain. We do it for our friends because we love them. Yeah. It's not the same, because we don't do that shit for the niggas because we love them.
Yeah.
Period.
We do it because we gain something by being with a nigga.
Yeah.
Right. And I'm just gonna say that it reduces down to, are you fucking me or are you paying my bills?
It does. Because they say, if you're not fucking me, you're not financing me,
I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
Because I feel like that's what women say to each other all the time. Like, but are you fucking me?
Yeah.
That's a fact. No, it's a fact. That's really a fact. I feel like we always try to degrade it to something as so physical instead of what
transactional.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm saying what our friends give us is so much greater. Yeah. It's so much greater than what a man has ever given me.
Because that man could be here today and gone tomorrow.
Like, and I feel sometimes so bad for some shit that I've done to friends, because I'm just like, I've had some really great friends, but then I have some really fucking shitty friends. And I feel like sometimes when I look at it, I'm like, the shitty friends that I had, it reflected like relationships that I had turmoil of a man. So I kept them going. Like, remember the friendship that I had with, and I kept it because I'm like, it was more transactional. It made more sense to be her friend than to not be her friend. But now that I'm not her friend, I'm just like, that shit was just so
toxic. Not that I hated it. I told you from the very beginning.
You didn't like that bitch.
I didn't say I didn't like her. Maybe I did. I don't remember. But I definitely didn't agree with the friendship, because I feel like any person who isn't your friend isn't going to do what is happening. And I let you know from the beginning.
Time after again, that she was not my friend. Yeah. The things that she did, her actions, the way she spoke to me always showed she was not my friend. Yeah. But because the transactional aspect of it made so much more sense than my logical, I was like, I'm going to keep going for what makes me more money. But then when I was like, yo, I don't need you to get this part of me. And it's like, I'm looking at the friendship from the outside and like,
it's stress. I don't like stress. So anything that stresses me out a little bit,
stress can kill you, honey.
So it's like,
I'm already dead from stress.
The friendship was stressful, but
I'd rather be blessed.
I'm on my third life because of that bitch.
But I do feel like another side of that is just the simple fact that when it comes to holding somebody accountable, people think that it has to be an argument. Just because I'm bringing something to you does not mean that
bring something back to me.
Exactly. Yeah. Because then it turns into argumentative situation, and then that's when the disrespect comes.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what it was with that friendship. It was like she could tell me about myself, but I couldn't tell her about herself. Mm-hmm. And when she did, she's like, whenever you tell me something, I'm always the problem. And I'm like, when I told you, I was like, I see a lot of things that she does, I do sometimes, and I'm like, bro, that's not right. Remember when I told you that shit, and you were like, so why do you do it? I'm like, I'm trying to work out of that because when I'm telling her about herself, and she was like, well, and I'm like, bro, I say shit like that. And
I feel like nothing's worse than a person that you can't tell about themselves to. Because it's like, why do you not want to be coachable? Like, why do you see constructive criticism as a negative and not as a, look, I love you. So because I love you, I want you to be better. Yeah. And I want you to make me better. Exactly. Because you love me. You want to see the best version of me.
I'm not a yes friend.
I'm not a yes friend at all.
I'm not about to just agree with anything.
At all.
Because it's all about effort.
We love a good E.
We love a good E.
We love a good E.
So if you want to be one of those people who want to make effort and be accountable for your actions, there's some ways to be accountable. Know your motherfucking role.
Okay. Say that.
Yeah, know your motherfucking role. Like, that's a way to be accountable. Know where you stand in this person's life. Know how you should say this to this person. Because the way I speak to Ami ain't the way that I speak to my bitch Chula. So I know my role in each of my bitch's life. And you don't speak accordingly.
Because you can't approach everybody the
same. And I had to learn that.
Yeah.
You can't. Be honest. The biggest part about accountability is being able to be honest with yourself and with the person that you're with. Like, just sometimes it's tough. I know it's tough because sometimes I'll be like, I want to tell my friend something, but I don't want to hurt their feelings. Like, I don't want to say it, and it's hard because you love this person and you don't want to jeopardize your friendship. But as being a good person and holding your friend accountable, you have to have those tough conversations.
Yes.
And know when to say you're sorry. A big part of accountability is know when you fuck up and just be like, okay, that's what I did wrong. I could be better. And don't make excuses for your actions. Like, I hate when someone fucks up and like, instead of just admitting they fucked up, they're going to tell you, well, no, just be like, just man up and say, I was wrong. Yeah. And it is what it is and move the fuck on, because most of the times that's all they want to hear.
Right.
And once they hear that shit, y'all can get over that hump.
That's a fact. That's a fact. So another way to be a more accountable person is to reflect, because it's like accountability creates an opportunity to learn. Period. And if you're not learning, people feel like you're just stagnant. And most people don't like someone that is not in the same vicinity.
I don't like a stagnant bitch.
Yeah. So it's like, it's always good to be like, yep, I did that, and I can reflect and I can understand. So that's perfect. Another way is to don't overcommit. Talking too much will likely cause a miss of a deadline, and you're overextending yourself. Yeah. So if you are trying to be accountable for all
don't
these
overcommit.
Things,
Amen.
it's a problem, because at the end of the day, you can't be everything to everyone without being nothing to yourself.
You get overwhelmed.
And it is the truth. And another thing is use your time wisely. People need to be able to rely on you to deliver work on time. So for you to be accountable, just be time management worthy. I know I'm really bad on time management, but it's like, goes back to not overcommitting and reflecting. It's like all these things go together, because it's like, if you don't hit all these things, you're going to be like a person that is not accountable and or trustworthy or dependable for anything that you fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I feel like
dead weight.
And we don't like that way, because guess what? If you are not
useful, you're useless.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, shit. I said it wrong, but I was there.
Yourself, you are useful to others.
Yes.
And I love that. So did you have anything to add on that, or?
No, that's pretty much it.
That's perfect.
That's perfect.
Let's get into some questions.
My question to y'all is, if crime was legal for 24 hours, shout out to the movie Purge, what crime would y'all commit?
I'm going to steal some clothes.
You want to steal some clothes?
Crime. I don't know.
You don't? What?
Bitch, you got time.
I'm going to commit fraud.
You know what? Fraud is not bad. I'll get more money out of fraud than I would have got out of clothes.
Okay. But I'm going to commit fraud.
Well, the thing is, I buy clothes every week, so I feel like for me...
I rob a bank.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not going to go that far and put your money in the bag type shit. But I'm just going to do some small scam, some scammy shit,
Okay, so
from the comfort of my own home, wire myself $10 billion.
If it's the purge and we can do it, I'm going to the vault.
Yeah, I get it. I don't have the energy to do that. I want to be in my home and get some money. You know what I'm saying? I get the set of off of the thing.
I was just about to say,
I'm giving put some money in the bags, but I'm gonna be like, wire myself $10 billion.
So my question is,
well, what's your crime? Oh, you stole some clothes. Okay.
Yeah. So what is the pettiest thing that you cut somebody off over?
His breath stank.
I remember.
But is that really petty though?
It's kind of petty because that's fixable. He could have put some breath.
He could have had what is it called?
Halitosis. He could have. I don't know if he did, but his breath stank, so I had to cut him off.
His breath stank.
His breath stank. His nickname was stank breath.
Oh,
that's what I refer to him to my girls with stank breath.
Well, I don't think that's petty because I mean, if he in your face,
what's the pettiest thing for you?
Like relationship wise,
anything.
I would just have to say because I didn't open up my mouth about the whole thing with my friend Mika. Like I was fucking with her more than she was fucking with me.
Yeah.
The pettiest reason why I lost a friend is what we talked about earlier. She missed my fucking birthday. Like it was over for her. Like I feel like you got 364 days to act like I ain't shit. But God blessed you on this earth for me for one motherfucking day, bitch. You could fucking go. And you will. And you did. And you're gone. And I don't fucking miss you, bitch. What the fuck we talking about?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You still feel this.
Oh, yes. If you miss my birthday, it's over for you.
See, I don't even care about my birthday.
That's crazy because you getting older. That's why you don't care. But once I get up there, baby, you better still put
I
some
feel like I'm going to care till the day I die.
And will.
I think it's because of the day my birthday is on.
When's your birthday?
July 4th. So it was always...
We going to miss your birthday.
It's always everything else going on.
We going to miss the birthday.
So
but no, we got regular ass fucking days.
We got regular birthdays.
My mom used to tell me I'm the welfare baby because they used to get a welfare check on the 2nd. So she told me, she's like, you're a welfare check. She's like, you're the government cheese baby. So I said, y'all remember that shit. So if I'm the welfare, y'all, that's the day that should bring y'all happiness. So bring me
What's
happiness.
that song by Both of Harmony? Talking about, it's the first of the month, so wake up.
Well, it's the 2nd of November. So
yeah, that's the welfare check.
Welfare check. So
my question is to y'all ladies, if y'all could have a threesome with any two men, who would it be?
Michael B. Jordan and John David Washington. Boom. Okay. I didn't think about that. Those are my niggas I be fucking in my dreams. I have a threesome with them every day.
Ooh.
You can choose me if you want to.
I said niggas. I said men.
Who told you I didn't have a dick?
Who do I think? I'm gonna say Michael B.
Not Michael B. Not my nigga.
I'm gonna say him. Who do I fancy?
Bitch, you taking too long.
She said, who do I fancy?
I'm gonna say
you don't fantasize about fucking niggas enough. What bitches you want to fuck?
None.
Okay, I'm gonna say Anthony Joshua.
Who's that?
Who is that?
He's a boxer. He's 6'5", African, nice as fuck.
Once you said African, I literally lost what the fuck you were saying. I don't like African
when you
men.
see Anthony Joshua, you don't think it's fine.
Because I'm African. I know the now shit.
Anthony Joshua and Party.
Fuck
I'm sorry,
Party.
Meg. I love you, but I want to fuck your nigga. So Party.
It's really you both like, Meg, my niggas on here. And I'm like, Meg be act like we don't have niggas on the internet.
Maybe we don't have niggas on
Megan the Stallion, I'm coming to you directly and humbly.
Bitch, my nigga is on Instagram.
Please stop posting the shit you posting. Because I can't compete and I don't want to compete because I
can't compete.
Because I love what you posting. And if you want to fuck me and Carisha and Samantha at the same time, you know what? We'll just take it to the bank and we'll never talk about it.
Stop it. Stop posting your ass. My nigga is on here. Damn. She been throwing her ass so good.
And my last question is, if there is a way that you can lack accountability, would you take it?
How do I what?
Absolutely, me too. If there is a way you can lack accountability, you can just say, "Nah, I ain't got shit to do with me."
Yeah,
would you take it? Would you take it, or are you integral?
I'm integral.
I'm gonna take it.
I lack integrity.
Especially when it comes to my nigga, I'm gonna take it. When it comes to my friendship,
I'm a blind eye.
I always look at situations as if it was me.
When it comes to my friendship, but when it comes to my nigga, I'm gonna take it. I ain't responsible for shit.
I don't want to be responsible for shit because honestly, if y'all ask me, I really want to be a crawfish. I'm supposed to be dead 2 years ago.
A crawfish,
bro. Crawfish should be living the best life. They just
you want someone to suck you? Just say you want your pussy ate without saying you want your pussy ate, because I want my pussy ate.
What's up? So thank you guys all for following us on this journey. We said we wasn't gonna do it this long. We did this long because we letting you.
I'm glad it's long because you got to edit this week.
Bitch, it don't fucking matter.
Last time you were like, I'm glad it's long for your week. I'm glad it's long for her week.
It don't fucking matter because you know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna just go to this spot, go to this spot.
You better watch the whole thing.
And I won't. So thank y'all for following us on this journey. We appreciate y'all being accountable for the things because I'm being accountable for not watching what I need to watch. Can you please follow our good sis at
Ani.the host.
Where else? Because you still have other Instagram.
Okay, it's ANI.THEHO.
And tell them about your esthetician.
And then Sarah Lux at CROLUXE. And girl who you telling, that is girl with 3 L's, and who you telling with an N, not a G.
Period.
Not a G. And then you can follow us on all social media platforms at The Real Sip and Spill, except Twitter, which is
Sip and Spill 1.
And why our leaves a 5-star rating, because we're some 5-star bitches. Ow.
I sip wine, kick my feet up when I get tired. And as I recline, take another sip, let my thoughts unwind. Sipping and spilling it. Sipping and spilling the tea.